Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Corporate Success Community Silver Star Hall of Fame interview series. And here we are with another silver star of our community. Last week, we had Ruma Arora, and she just blew us away with her takeaways and learnings and stuff. And today, we have Aravind Padmaraju with us, another amazing personality, another silver star of our community. So before I go to Arvind, I'd like to give you a quick gist about what this interview series are all about. But still, just a quick gist. So in our corporate success community, we have multiple levels of recognition. And the primary level of recognition here is to be a silver star. And let me tell you, this is not an easy thing to be because there are multiple things, there are multiple levels that all our members have to go through. Make sure that they're attending the sessions, make sure that they're contributing in terms of their learnings, make sure that they're going through all the courses and a lot of things. But these silver stars, they are determined. These silver stars, they are focused. And that's the reason they are here. And that tells a lot about them. And that's the reason I'm so very humbled and happy to have these guys as a part of my journey. And I'm so very happy to have Arvind here with us today. Make sure that you have your notepad and pen with you because Arvind is going to share his learnings. We are going to deep dive into his challenges, his learnings, and how did he come out of it, bounce back. So before I go to Arvind, let me just quickly introduce you to Arvind. Aravind Padmaraju is a working professional. He works as a head of an IT department. But at the same time, parallelly, he is also a coach. He's a fitness and lifestyle coach on a mission to help 100,000 working professionals to be fit and healthy. And that's, I think, is the need of the hour, isn't it? And he has an amazing vision. And I'm really touched by his vision. And the vision is to create a new breed of healthy and fit kids. That's amazing. That's inspiring. So first of all, Arvind, thank you very much, right from the bottom of my heart. I do extend my gratitude to you for number one, being a part of this community, being with me on this journey. And number two, congratulations on being a silver star. So
Thank you, Alok. I think first of all, it's a great pleasure to be a silver star and having again a chit chat with you. And it's a great pleasure. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. It means a lot.
Thank you, Arvind. I'd like to quickly come back to your vision and the mission. Yeah. Health, fitness, being a working professional, and at the same time being on this bandwagon of creating healthy, fitter people. Where does this come from, Arvind?
Yeah, if I'll give little introduction about myself, yes. My work profile. So I come with the last 20 years. I've been working in IT, and I always been a fit kid because I had a lot of activity when I used to be in the childhood. And last 20 years, along with my career, my unhealthy habits got increased and the sedentary lifestyle got increased. And one thing I was kept on trying is I kept on losing and gaining weight. Last 20 years, I think I should have done at least 8 to 9 times. I lost and gained, lost and gained, lost and gained. Finally, I said, enough is enough. But only one thing which has continuously making me to be progressed is I'm kind of a person, I never give up. I want to see why it cannot be done. So during this journey, I have gone through a lot of struggles. I said, I implemented a system. I created a system which is more based on the mindset and around the habits. And that started working for me. And then I said, okay, there is a strong reason why I started this mission. So if I wanted to tell, I think I also told my story about 2013 where I lost my wife. So during that time, I had one vision. Today, either I have two choices, one to give up myself because she lost me. And that day I've decided that, I want to do something. If God has created me and I really want to give back to this community and help, but I did not find my purpose. I have been continue to progress in my career, my personal and professional life. I got married again. I have a beautiful son, Laksh. But during this journey, when in during the lockdown period, so when I started working on my fitness journey, I don't know what happened, but I came to a kind of a transformation which has happened to me, and I understood why people mainly fail to achieve their goal, especially in the health and fitness. The one thing what I understood is they need to focus on the mindset, because as our community very strongly says, mindset is kind of a tools. Most of the time they used against them rather than you using achieving goals to them. So that I realized during the transformation, and that made me that if with being a busy schedule, having 10 hours of job and family, and I could able to maintain and sustain this lifestyle, why can't give it back? This is the first point where this whole mission started. Coming back to the vision, I've just gone through my own story, right? So if I had enough knowledge, most of the people why they fail to attain this goal is they lack in the knowledge, right? So I don't want my son to be having that lack of knowledge about health and fitness. And I started seeing him. So you can't implant something and force someone to do something. You be a role model for them so that they follow your footprints. So I had this vision actually came from there, that I wanted to be a role model for my son. If my son can transform by looking at me, my vision is done. So I wanted to give this ripple effect to everyone. I want to transform working professionals, where we as a working professionals, we know that health and physical and mental health is how important right now, and I experienced that. I transformed in last 2 to 3 years because of these two aspects, and I want to give back that to the parents, and teach them as much as possible so that they become role models for their kids. So that's how this whole mission and vision started, Alok. And you
That's
played a
perfect.
major
Yeah.
role where I was in the rock bottom. And yeah, it's everything is a journey. I think there is a path, and every time when you are in a right intention, you find the people, and the universe will send the people. That's how I found you.
Yes.
I'm so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. First of all, thank you very much for sharing that, Arvind. In fact, you touched upon multiple important points.
Yeah.
Number one, I'll come back to you on losing and gaining weight. You spoke about that, losing and gaining weight, and we have been looking at people who have gone through some transformation, who have lost kilos and inches, and then quickly they come back to their previous weight. We'll come to that. And I'm really inspired by your vision of being a role model, because when we look at kids, when we look at children, parents are their first role model, and
Exactly.
that's how, through the mirror neurons and that mirroring thing, they
Yeah.
start picking up a lot of habits and stuff from us. So you're doing an amazing job there. But
Yeah.
Arvind, I'd like to take you back in time.
Mm.
Um, and it has been somewhat around 7 months now. You're a part of the corporate
Yeah.
success
Exactly.
community. Yes, lovely. And I'm really honored to have you here. But I would like to understand, Arvind, what, if I have to ask you, what are the couple of top transformations that you have been through in this phase of 6 to 7 months? If you can just pick up what those would be.
If I want to say in one sentence, maybe I'll elaborate little. I always had a passion, and I always been a mindful and a mindset meditation and all of them. But at one point of time, every human, even though how big you are a coach and how big you are know everything, you go to that low moments. So I hit that my rock bottom, but I always, my life had been that kind of moments throughout. But every time when I go down, if I look back to my past, that is where my next evolution started. Even be it, I had a financial challenges in 2007, and when I lost my wife, and then I lost the huge amount on my another financial struggle. And this time it is more like I have been new to the entrepreneurship, where I founded Half-It. And I also was working, trying to manage everything. Now when you start something, you have that too much of thing, and you go full on. And I went full on, no family time, no personal time. I went on going, and I hit a rock bottom where my job came into a toss, that because of all this. and I supposed to leave the company sometime, and that put me into a lot of stress and fear, and there's too much of overthinking and depression. I'll tell you the stage where I met you is I was almost in a verge of suicidal thoughts. That there is nothing. I'm trying everything. Why, even though my intentions were right, why these things are happening? And that's when I think why I'm really blessed even today to that. When you go the lowest to a lowest, that's when the transformation happens. It was something like I saw an ad during that time that if the lighter is inside the water, it will be the lighter. The main point of a lighter is to fire.
Yeah.
So someone has to come and give the fire. Then even the lighter which is inside the water can spark up. That is what you did to me, being coming into my life. That's all I can say. From there, it's been a transformation. I'll tell you, Alok, I was in a situation with the sleepless nights. I used to bug so much to my wife. I don't know what's happening, and I went to a very low moment, even though I had so much of potential. So we always think that when you are having all of them, but sometimes you go into a kind of a low moment where someone you need for you to handhold and pull you back and tell you that you are super powerful. That person was you, and that is what actually CSC family did to me. And it was a big it was no brainer for me when I saw your first. I think I was part of your first
Yes.
webinar,
Yeah.
this masterclass, and it was kind of a no-brainer, one after other. Even though I known you through social media and other stuff, that 3 hours or 4 hour session has blew my mind. The amount of value you're given for a 99 rupees masterclass was immense. Then I said
Yeah.
that if I wanted to be, and also there is one point you mentioned that time, is be always inside the golden circle. It's not
Yes.
GOLD, it's GOALD.
ALDN. Yeah.
Then I said that if I wanted to be there, this is what the community. And from there, it's been a remarkable journey, and I think I have so many breakthroughs, which I think we're going to discuss now.
Yes. Yes.
That is one of the important point, and you made me. There are, if I want to take a key three takeaways which transform me coming out of that particular challenges. You told me one thing that look into your intention. If your intention is right, you never have to. I used to go in more like people pleasing, put myself into guilt. What other people think, whether I'm doing 100% to them. I used to question a lot of this thinking has been again and again. So that one point, and the another point you also mentioned that what is your value system.
Yes.
So this value system has transformed me, that there is no questioning, and I stopped living for others, and I created my own value system, and I decided that whether I'm doing right or wrong decides by my value system. If my value system says yes, I do it. If it says no, then that actually put me out of that kind of a zone. And the third thing which you mentioned is why you do what you do.
Yeah. Yes.
This
Yeah.
has transformed me immensely to come out of everything, because every now and then I question this self that why I'm doing what I'm doing, which gave me a clarity. And I think I do remember when we met first time, I told that Alok, even though I have a bigger vision and mission, but I always have a doubt. I don't have a clear clarity. How do I achieve it?
Yes.
So you very well mentioned. I think one of even ICMM you mentioned that when you why is very clear. When you question yourself why you're doing what you're doing, everything will automatically come, and the way will become more and more clearer.
Yes.
So that is what I have so many. So we will just go through one by
Yes.
one.
Yes. Thank you, Arvind.
Thank you so much, Alok. I really those days, if that time I think I was, even though because of my past experiences, I always think that there is a good going to come every moment. I used to pray for it. That's how I think the universe has sent you and this whole community. Thank you so much for that.
First of all, Arvind, I'm so humbled. I'm so happy. I don't have words, because you can understand being a coach. Even you are a coach. Being a coach, if you are able to see that ripple effect, that is the biggest award that you can ever receive.
Yes.
Right. And thank you very much, Arvind, for being there. And you mentioned a couple of things that I see. There are so many people out there who are experiencing similar kind of behaviors. Number one, you spoke about people pleasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number two, you spoke about self-sabotaging, because
That,
when you're not clear about your intention, when you're not clear about your value system, when you're not clear about why you are doing what you are doing, the three breakthroughs that you just spoke about.
yeah.
Arvind, I would just like to ask you that how was this negatively impacting you? Maybe your physical aspect, your mental aspect, your emotional aspect, and even work for that matter. Because as working professional, I'm able to connect
Yeah.
with you very well here on
Yeah.
the working professional angle, because I was a working professional,
Yes.
and I know what stress and anxiety can do to us and our work. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So basically, that particular moment, one thing I think you also mentioned during in masterclass about amygdala, right? I was
Yeah.
in a, it was fired up in a big time because I used to even feel I was not able to think. I created a certain kind of my own negative circle. I cannot trust even my colleagues who are very close to me. I cannot trust my boss. I cannot stay in a place where in a calm and present mode. This is one of the biggest thing. And I used to go in a loop of overthinking again and again and again. I lack in clarity. I lack in taking a decisions. I have done a lot of blunders during that time on my own financial and other aspects, and that is one of the reason because of creating all of them. Then also that job thing with the pressure it came. It is all I've created my own because of that state. Not in a position to take any kind of a decision, and not only that. So every task you do, you doubt yourself. Are you doing
Yes.
100%?
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the I think I never faced that. Even I told you about past where I lost my way. During that time
Yeah.
I was very strong, but this moment was something because I also had three things, right? One is my family life, my business, my sorry, my office, and then my passion which I was working. All
Mm-hmm.
three of them got impacted, and I became kind of it was something like someone is roped you and you don't know what to do.
Yes.
But
Mm.
the only one thing, if I feel that make me come out of it, because of that I did not focus on looking into some kind of a distraction. I kept on listening. There is one thing which happened from 2017 is I always used to cut down all kind of nonsense in the news, the negative news and all of them.
Yes.
I always focused myself. Feeding into my brain is all about
Mm.
podcast. That's how I came to. I landed in your page. Saw your Instagram.
Yeah.
That's how I think that is one thing. What I even though you are so much low, this mindfulness and being in positive state,
Yeah.
even pushing yourself, you get a breakthrough. That
Yes.
breakthrough will give you the result of whatever you've gone through. That will teach you a lesson, which will become an opportunity for you to create something new. And also that phase will also all the negative programming. Once you are into that evolution phase, that this is going to get you an immense result. That's what has happened with me.
Great. We need little bit of momentum. We
Yes.
we just need that momentum, that initial push, and then
It's the same like
yeah.
I think if you wanna put it in example, when the car doesn't start, you just need a push, and then
Ah.
once it start, you can go to a 60. So I was in that state, especially, and you
Mm.
are one of the big added, and the whole community was one of the thing because I was seeing a lot of breakthroughs happening with
Yes.
them, and if they
Yes.
can do it, why I cannot do it? That gave me a
Yes.
biggest confidence. And I said because of self sabotaging, I used to think so much about what people think, what they will, because as a coach,
Mm.
to be very authentic and you need to be open and vulnerable to give. Say our intention is to give the value. But I
Mm.
used to go because of the self-sabotaging. I was I used to be very active in social media. Almost like almost 3 months, I did not even post a single post. You can go and see in my social media. That was a state because I wasn't lack in confidence. I lack in self-image. I lack in motivation. And I used to even think. I think once we had even to not able to do a workout for a one day, I used to overthink whole day, and that becomes like a ripple effect, and it was one
Yes.
of the baddest moment, what I can say. But I'm really cherishing that, because of that moment I'm landed to you, and this whole community I got. Otherwise maybe I should have never came to corporate success community, really.
No, but Arvind, see, at the end of the day, it is you, it is your commitment, and it's your effort that ultimately shows up result.
Yeah.
Yes. So Arvind, I'm sure there are so many people out there who are watching this interview, who are listening to you. You're speaking about so many important aspects here. And I'm
Yeah.
sure there are people out there who are experiencing overthinking,
Yeah.
who are experiencing difficulty in decision making,
Yeah.
who are losing clarity at times, who are facing self doubt, everything that you went through, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you like to tell them? And what they should be doing in order to come out of that deeper, darker hole?
So first of all, most of the times, even I thought, I think you are my first coach who I opted for this matter.
Mm,
And first of all, you need to accept it is quite normal.
mm,
Most of the people think that, if I have some kind of a mental anxiety or something, people think that, where how people will judge me as a person. That is one of the biggest thing what I can see in the people. They don't come out, they don't open up about their problem. That is first thing. Second thing is you need to accept the situation happens because you've gone through some kind of a transformation. The moment you accept and approach someone who is really a expert in it to come out of it. See, I'll tell you, I'll tell you one thing to everyone. If I did not approach you, maybe I should have still been in the same state because I don't have any. Yeah, how do I come out and what is this value system? How would the overall thing, the anxiousness, and I used to even still feel. I also told you that I used to get a anxiety attacks that below my chest. I used to have a lot of pain and I could
yes.
not do anything. I'll become like a still person. And you gave me some of the tools which made me to
Mm,
come out of that. See, there's only two ways you can either you struggle throughout that life by keeping it to yourself. Just open
mm,
up. There are so many and join the community like a CSC community where you have each and every tool. Especially I
mm.
want to tell you about your course as it's kind of a golden nugget. Every video you have some
Yeah.
kind of a breakthrough and you have a
Mm,
solution. It's kind of a toolkit. What you always
yeah.
say. Right?
Mm,
You just need to use and I think if anyone of you going through any kind of anxiety, fear, lack of a confidence, lack of too much of stress, it is all quite normal. Even a
yes.
coach like us will go through every single day.
Yes.
The only
Yes.
way we are
Yes.
coming out because we have a tools and we have a
Yes.
support system
Yeah.
so that we go to that place and come out of it because we use the tools to come out of it. But a lot
Yes.
of people don't have that access.
Mm,
I want to say one thing is don't keep it to yourself, keep it open. It is all normal how you're talking about your physical
mm,
fitness and other things. Same thing, you need to open up with your mental fitness. And I'll tell you, the more you delay, the more you're delaying your own potential.
mm, mm, mm.
Because
Yes.
I think if
Yes.
I still remember when we had a 7 months call, I was talking and how
Ah,
you are talking. If you don't even believe, go and check my Instagram profile from
yeah.
7 before and now. That is what
Yes.
the transformation it can happen the moment you know how to use the toolkit which is there inside your mind. And that
Fantastic.
is what is
Yeah.
being made this community, and that is what I wanted to tell. Don't keep it to yourself. You are super powerful. Each one of you who is watching this video, you have an immense potential. The only
Yes.
way is you're not using your toolkit properly. That is all I can say.
Fantastic.
But I am the example for it. You can see my journey last 7 months in everywhere. I kept it as a proof that if I can do it, anyone can do it in this world.
Fantastic. Two things you spoke, Arvind, which is very powerful. Number one is it's normal.
Yeah,
If you're going through stress, if you're going through anxiety, if you're going through any kind of emotional uneasiness, it's normal.
yeah, it's
People
normal.
have to accept it that we are human. We
Yeah,
are human beings. We are not perfect. And we are emotional beings and not intellectual beings.
yeah,
And being an emotional being, it's very much normal to have those episodes wherein we go up and down. So
yes,
thank you very much for being vocal about that. And the
yeah,
second thing is acceptance.
yeah,
The time you accept that, yes, this is what I'm experiencing, only then you're ready for some kind of solution.
condition, exactly.
Yes. And Arvind, thank you very much again for that, because I've seen so many people who are in a constant state of denial,
Yeah,
wherein when they say, no, everything is fine, everything is fine. But if you say that everything is fine, that means you're not even ready for a breakthrough.
yeah,
Yes. So, Arvind, I would like to ask you this another thing.
yeah,
You kept on mentioning about tools and toolbox, right?
yeah, yeah,
What are those couple of tools
Yeah.
that are really working for you like magic,
Yeah.
and something that you would like to share with the audience so that even they can benefit from that?
Yes. The first toolkit, what I understood with this overall journey, and after going through all your course,
Yeah.
Alok and audience, is you're very powerful when you stay calm and present moment. That is, if I want to say one thing, where how you become super powerful and you can start using your toolkit is when you are in a calm and present state. If I Most of the times during my down days, I always either stayed in the past or worried about future.
Yeah.
I never stayed in the present. I never understood what is happening with my body, what my body was saying. Especially the toolkits. If I summarize my whole journey with corporate success community, what I understood is the person can become super powerful, and he will be able to take, and he'll be able to progress immensely when he stay in a present and calm state.
Yeah. Yes.
So most of the times, what I understood with my own journey, where I was not able to take a decision because I always was feeling bad about the past, what happened, and I always worried about what future is going to be.
Mm. Mm.
I always lived in that state. What exactly the mindfulness taught me? Mindfulness, people think that you have to torture yourself to sitting in the
Yeah.
music. It is not. That is what I understood, because I used to torture like this for almost like until I came to this whole thing and understood in detail. Mindfulness is just observing what is happening with your body. That can be done with the breath, music, even observing a nature, looking at one single object. That I understood. The moment you be in the present state, you will become more aware about what is happening, and you would be able to take a wise decisions, and you will get a
Yes.
solution when you are in a calm and present state. So this is what is happened with all these toolkits. See, it's the same. Like, I think I also remember one of the ICMM, you mentioned that
Yeah.
it's like you have a toolkit like a screwdriver and a hammer,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
The
Yes.
hammer can be used to put the nails onto the wall, or you can hit yourself. I always used to hit myself with my mind. That's why I was gone through that state. But the moment I came to know what is the use of the toolkit to use and where to use, that is what actually mindfulness does.
Yeah.
Mindfulness tell you that why are you feeling what you're feeling, and it is all about what you are trying to say to yourself and put you into a calm state. Then you will be able to handle it. So
Fantastic, fantastic.
what I want to do.
Yeah, I really love that analogy of, you having those tools and then whether you use it for you or you use it against you,
Yeah,
right? So, Arvind, if I have to ask you on day-to-day basis,
yeah,
what are some of your winning habits that are really helping you to stay strong?
yeah,
And because you have a history wherein you went through those challenging times and stuff, whatever you mentioned in terms of overthinking, self-sabotage, this and that. But then what is it that is keeping you tall and strong on daily basis so that you don't fall back
yeah.
in that grid? Yeah, so what are those habits so that whosoever is listening to us right now, even they can try and follow those habits? Yeah.
Yeah. So once, what I did during this last 7 months, I think this is one of the another biggest breakthrough in my life, that you gave two tips, and I'll also tell you a little bit about it. That I also tell you that I'm not able to follow my routine. I used to, I always
Uh,
try to do it in certain kind of a time, and if that doesn't happen that time, then I used to again go into the self-sabotaging mode. And I do remember you mentioning that it is not about when you go to a deep fall, no, you always think that when you are a high performance, you want to be like that from the down, right? Your downfall has to be, again, you need to gain back to that state. So this is what the
yes.
clarity I got from one of the session which we had in ICMM, that
Yeah.
don't aim when you are at the low, don't aim to go to 100%. Your aim
Yeah.
should be go to 0 to 1%.
Mhm.
So that is what I did the first time, because most of the times we try to achieve huge and we fail, and then you go into more and more and deeper to that level.
Mm.
And I do
Yes.
remember you asked me to put 24 hours as a window rather than focusing on certain time. Slowly,
Yes.
slowly, what happened is my body started adopting. And what I also did, the second thing, people always say that I don't have time to do a mindfulness, I
Mm.
don't have
Mm.
time to
Mm.
do this aspect. And we have so much of other time, but we don't have time to here. I'll tell you why you don't have a time is mainly two reasons. One is you don't have a priorities, and you did not define what is important to you.
Mm.
So the two aspects I did exercise, Alok, I'll tell you where I could not able to do even a 1 hour of a productive work from there. Now the amount of work I do, first thing I did is prioritization. I'll also explain you quickly how I do. I have
Yes.
said what is most important for me. First thing
Yeah.
is my inner growth, because that's why I'm here. That's how I approached you. If I did not
Yeah.
focus on myself. Second thing is my family. Third thing is my work, and fourth thing is a passion which I wanted to help and
Mm.
working on my vision. I said I when I sat down with why you doing what you're
Yeah.
doing exercise. I found out these are the four important things. Then I analyzed all my 24 hours, Alok, what I'm
Yeah.
doing from the day I get up till I go to sleep. If any
Mm.
activity, any task which I'm doing out of this four, my important tasks, I kept on deleting it. I will tell you where I
Fantastic.
thought
Yeah.
that I don't have a time. From there, I got a 3 hours of a time. 3 hours of a time where I used to work 10 hours with a travel. And then on top of that, all of them, I got 3 hours where I used to spend 2 hours in social media for endless browsing, checking this reel, that reel. And the second important thing, which I also got is what I did after that is I slowly programmed my day, like what I
Okay.
need to do,
Mm.
what time I created a schedule. And this is
Mm.
another biggest thing what most of the people does it. Once you create a schedule, you feel that every day will go as per the plan. It will not go. Again,
Mm.
you cannot do a self-sabotaging there. You need to accept and fall back. Accept and fall back. This is
Yes.
another biggest thing because everyone is a human. Even as a
Yes.
coach, I cannot be 100 days, 100 out of 100. Because
Yeah.
we also have a personal and professional life. There is some days will go beyond. But during that time, because of all these tools, what I had, instead of me self-sabotaging, I made aware of why it happened. I accepted it and made sure that those things will not repeat again. If even if it repeats, it doesn't matter. Okay, I always have chance to put my actions back. And
Mm.
with this one, I'll just tell you what all I do. With this, I'm even amazed with my own performance of
Yeah.
after I get up at 4 o'clock. I spend 2 hours on my rituals, which I do prime.
Yeah.
we,
Lovely.
we,
Yes.
we
Yes.
rigorously follow. And then I drop my son to a school. Then I have 10 hours of a work. And then I'll come back and I dedicate 2 hours for my business, and where I
Mm.
take a sales call and I coach people. And then I do one YouTube video,
Fantastic.
seven
Mm.
reels a week. And then on top of that, content creation, helping people. And I do audibles for my whole team, and I create a lot of content around it. It is all could able to do it. And with this, because of me getting rid of a distractions, I'll tell you where my business was in, not even hit a break even in last 11 months. The November month is first month I hit a break even with.
Fantastic. Lovely.
I get rid of when my personal life distance gone, my business leakage is also gone, because I was able to identify where are the leakages, where is unnecessary spend was happening, where is the things which are not aligned with my goal. I was able to fix. And December was a highest sale I made with my business. And the amount of
Fantastic.
one thing what I understood with the CSC, the whole with you as a coach is, you go and give the value. There is always it will pay back either today, tomorrow, day after. You don't know when. What is most important I kept on doing is what is there in my hand. This is another one.
Yeah.
One of the course you told, focus on what is there in your hand.
Yes.
You always set a goal, but don't link your actions with the results. This is another biggest breakthrough which I understood with
Mm.
this community is, never ever link your actions with your results will not in your hand. You give your 100% every time. Whether once you completed that month, you ask yourself whether I have done my given my 100% this whole month or not. That is what I ask right
Yes.
now. Because
Yes.
when you are in that flow, you always wanted to set a high bar, but you at the same time you should not make that as a disappointment for you. You whatever you are doing it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Super awesome. I was just making tons and tons of notes. You have poured in so much of value, Arvind, and thank you very much. So I'd just like to quickly, put this all thing together, summarize it, kind of whatever you just said in terms of your habits. Number one, which I really found useful, and everyone who is watching this will find it super useful. Please make notes of it. Number one, you spoke about incremental improvements.
Yeah.
Don't always focus on having those mega leaps, because mega leaps can lead to disappointment. So always focus on incremental improvements. The second thing you spoke about is people, always keep on complaining about, I don't have time, but we need to focus on our priorities.
Yes.
What are the areas, or what are the things that are really important for me at this age and stage of life? And I direct all my energies and all my resources towards that. Fantastic, lovely. And also, one more thing I really loved what you said is, by the end of the day, you reevaluate everything that you did. You reevaluate the corners that you have invested your time and energy, and see if things are non-productive, then just cut them off, and in fact do something which is more productive. Super awesome. Planning your day, that is the other thing that you spoke about. Acceptance of the imperfections, very important. We are not AI, right? Today we are living in this AI world. People are talking about AI, and AI is going to be perfect, because that's programmed and the script is written in such a way it's going to be perfect. But we are human beings, and one of the core aspects of human beings is imperfection. So thank you once again for that. Focus on the controllables. The next thing that you spoke about. Yes. And I stick to that. Focus on the controllables and give 100% value. Stay attached with the process of giving value and detached with the outcome. Yes. Super awesome. This is like a blaster. Arvind, thank you. Thank you very much.
No, I have so many breakthroughs, Alok. I think it's one of the, life-changing moment. And not only that, you transform me every aspect of my life, but you brought so many amazing mentors into my life. Because of you, I came across. I'm learning each one of them. It is kind of a ripple effect, the amount of downfall I had. Now the moment I able to invest on my own self, every month is becoming like, it is actually whatever I thought that, because I could not do it. Maybe if you ask me that anything you want to delete from your life, I will say nothing. I want each every moment, because of that moment who I am, where I am today. Even from the time of me losing my wife, all the financial struggles, even I had that very low moments. If that moment doesn't happen, I will not be in a person like you, what I'm talking to you today. And I should have not met you. And this kind of a community will never came to me. And kind of a golden circle where I can be vulnerable, I can be open, I can cherish, I can, where people is there to cheer you, I can motivate each other and grow together. That is one of the biggest thing. And I don't know, seriously, it is, I never felt that, it is something like, you've given so much value with such a less value, if I can say the price. I'm so blessed that, universe has sent that whole family, and we are looking forward to have so many silver stars. And I think it's going to be, and I'm inclined with the goal of, creating mindful world, along with both physical and mental fitness. And I think it's a long way to go, Alok.
That's the vision. That's the vision, to create a mindful world. So thank you, Arvind. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your wisdom. Thank you very much for pouring out so much of value. And I'm sure all the people who are out there watching this interview, they're going to learn so much from whatever you shared. Before we call this a session, before we call this an interview, Arvind, any last message that you would like to give to our audience?
So one last word I want to give is, everything is within you. So if you feel that any external factor or anything which is disturbing you, the only thing is stopping yourself becoming more powerful is you. And the moment you realize that and you focus internally to fix you, the outside world will automatically change. And you being at that, I want to actually inspire this message. I want to reach to each and every one of you. I can believe you, even though whether you are seeing me or not seeing me, I can see you that you have so much of potential. But only thing is, you need to realize to use the toolkit, what I mentioned during this interview. Use it towards you, and use it in a right direction, what you wanted to achieve. I want each one of you has some kind of a talent. please give back the talent to the community and people. There are so many people, even you can inspire by you just correcting, focusing on your own inner self and giving back. So that's why you should actually focus on your inner self is at least this whatever the transformation which comes into you and you giving back to the community is what I feel that humans are made. Every human is made to inspire people and give back and use your talent to serve and help people. I think if we are not doing that, and we are indirectly doing injustice to our life,
Yeah.
what I feel.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you. When, I remember from what you said, I tweeted this, that the time you start believing in yourself, the world starts believing in you.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Arvind. Once again, thank you, and more power to you, your mission, your vision of building a fitter and a mindful world, and your vision of building fitter generation ahead, kids and working professional. So God bless you. Stay strong. And ladies and gentlemen, this was Aravind Padmaraju, our silver star of the corporate success community. And I'm sure you had a lot of takeaways from this interview, this conversation. Just stay tuned, because next week we'll be coming up with another silver star of the corporate success community. More power to you. Stay strong, and God bless you.